5 terrifying messages found on tombstones. Elijah Bond. Ouija boards are very spooky. Some people can't even stand the sight of the paranormal board. Elijah Bond is known to be the man behind this scary creation. He patented the first commercially sold Ouija board in the world. People were intrigued by his claim that one can speak to the spirits beyond the grave. Elijah passed away in 1921 and was buried in an unknown grave. In 2007, a paranormal enthusiast named Robert Murch discovered the location of Elijah's grave. It took him 15 years to find the exact location, Baltimore's Greenmount Cemetery. Soon funds were raised by volunteers to create a memorable tombstone for Bond, a replica of the Ouija board. The other side bore Elijah Bond's traditional name, birth date and death date. Some unknown sources claim that people are now able to communicate with Elijah Bond's spirit. People interested in the supernatural visit this spooky tombstone all year long. Lily Gray. Lily E. Gray's tombstone is not just spooky but also mysterious. Lily passed away in 1958 and was buried in the Salt Lake City Cemetery. Her scary tombstone reads Victim of the Beast 666. It is known as the Antichrist described in the biblical book of Revelation. The epitaph has left the researchers puzzled. It was suggested by her husband, Elmer, who passed away within a year of Lily's death, and the mystery went away with him. He too was buried in the same cemetery, but Lily's family, who despised Elmer, made sure he was placed far away from her tombstone. Elmer was mentally unstable and was locked up in a prison at the time of his 77-year-old wife's demise. The message on the tombstone also points out Aleister Crowley, who referred to himself as 666. However, Crowley had passed away before Lily moved into the area. Thus, the spooky mystery remains unsolved. Ellen Shannon. 26-year-old Ellen Shannon lost her life in a tragic accident. Shannon was a victim of a kerosene lamp explosion. She was fatally burned after using the R.E. Danforth's non-explosive burning fluid. During the 1870s, lamp explosions and casualties were very common. The enraged family made sure their anger towards the company was known by inscribing the cause of Shannon's demise on her tombstone. They wanted to point out the irony of the non-explosive burning liquid company. She was buried at the Girard Cemetery in Erie County, Pennsylvania. The message is scary. According to the reports, in 1872, a 12-year-old boy lost his life after using R.E. Danforth's non-explosive burning fluid. Baby Monster. One look at the tombstone with Baby Monster written on it can make you run for your life. In a cemetery located in King County, Washington, there is a tombstone of an infant that has gripped the world. Born on October 23, 1888, the baby passed away within 3 months. On February 3, 1889, the infant was buried in the old, quaint cemetery. The baby was not given a name. The monster was the last name of the baby's family. Thus, the family got Baby Monster engraved on the tombstone. According to sources, the infant's father passed away the next year, on April 4, 1890, and was put to rest next to the Baby Monster. Sir Geoffrey Hudson. The court dwarf of Queen Henrietta Maria, Sir Geoffrey Hudson is often remembered as Tyrion Lannister from HBO's popular show, Game of Thrones. In the 1600s, the dwarf passed away mysteriously in exile. His tombstone reads, "A dwarf presented in a pie to King Charles I." Anyone unversed with Sir Geoffrey's story can mistake the spooky message and think that the deceased dwarf was made into a pie and was fed to the king, but the reality was different. The Duchess of Buckingham made Geoffrey hide inside a pie that was to be served to the king and asked him to pop out of it as an amusing surprise. The court entertainer was also a warrior, voyager and slave. Much like the story of Tyrion, Geoffrey was captured by pirates, fought in the English civil battle and even won a duel against a full-sized man.